So I am thinking of taking up yoga, and I know that's single guy speak for I'm looking for a girlfriend and or wife, but also my chronic back pain could probably benefit from some form of stretch routine. So that means I'll need a yoga mat, which I have, but I'll also need something to carry it, which I can make. And if you don't do yoga, don't worry, this carrier can carry other things too, as you'll soon see. So with Paracord, this wonderful and amazing invention, which is really just multi-purpose nylon rope that is extremely versatile and useful, we can create just about anything and everything, not just bracelets, but even wallets, pouches, and much more. In fact, I've already created a Paracord mat carrier before, but I wasn't super happy about it. The problem I found is that in order to open up the carry loops, you have to pull on the standing end on one side and then pull on the running end on the other. So it's a bit confusing. So let's make something better with a similar principle. In this case, we will need some hardware, nothing too crazy. In addition to the paracord, we're using some cord locks, which I will never stop calling dog's noses, because I mean, look at them. Anyhow, all of which are available at paracordweavers.com, links in the description. This design is going to start off with one of those cord locks, which will be fed onto one of the ends of our paracord. So far, this is the simplest form of paracord mat carrier that I figured out, but I'm sure there are other ideas out there. And if you have any thoughts on how to improve this one or an alternate method, I'd love to hear that. Then we're going to follow that up with a triple overhand knot. So why the triple overhand and not the double? Well, I think it looks better and it's slightly larger and a more substantial knot, so it'll be even easier to grab and pull on. But I know a lot of these mats come with some sort of strap or carrier to keep them rolled up and secure, but these are usually Velcro or some sort of crappy elastic and they're pretty poor quality. And the one that came with this one I've thrown out a long time ago. Anyhow, this time we're going to secure and make our adjustable carry loops with Solomon knots, also known as Cobra knots in the paracord world. And these will work in tandem with our dog's nose cord locks. So why this knot? Well, it's easy to tie, as you can see, and I do realize patterned cord wasn't the best option for you newbies, but I do have more videos teaching this knot in case you need further instruction. And when securing the carry loop with the Cobra knots, pull these knots as tight as you can. And I mean, give it a really good white knuckle, because the tension on these knots are what's going to keep the carry loops closed. And I tied about 5 knots, but if you want more tension, tie more and use a bit more paracord. And I did do the clean finish method with the final Cobra knots so that the melted ends are all on one side. Now I like doing this clean finish because it keeps both of the melted ends on the back of the Cobra knot piece, hence the term clean finish, and it is optional of course, but I think it's a nice detail, especially when on a bracelet. What's also great about this method is that unlike my last one, it's fully and easily adjustable, so you can size the loops of the carrier to your needs on the go. Because really this isn't just for a yoga mat, it can obviously be used for your camping sleeping pad that rolls up, or maybe you're transporting a mat to the range to do some long distance shooting. Not only that, it can even be used for a blanket, which I will show you later. Much like this blanket carrier, which I made a while back, which is even more sturdy and built. Is that even the right word? How about svelte? Now this one required a lot more paracord and work, but it is another option if you want to go down that route. I'll have the tutorial linked. But the one we're working on will give you just as good of a carrier with much less effort. And as I always say, the worst thing about having to do something twice is that when you're done one side, that means you're only half done. But I won't complain. This is actually a very simple and easy project, great for beginners. If you are getting into paracord though, be sure to check out the fun and easy paracord kits on our website to get you started. And again, try to make these knots as tight as you can because that will affect the, effectiveness of these carrier loops. That being said, getting back into it, we've created both carrier loops using the same method with the Cobra knots, securing the ends to make those adjustable carry loops. And at this point, before trimming off any excess cord for the carrier section, you'll have to adjust the length of the middle cord to your liking. You can work as much or as little slack into the carry loops as you need, so give yourself enough slack so that it can be slung over 1 or 2 shoulders. And remember, it doesn't have to be super exact as you can adjust the slack. And for some added comfort, we're going to weave a Cobra knot section over the middle joining cord. Now, you don't need to do this, but I think it's a great idea because having a flat strap in the middle will distribute the weight a bit more evenly, so it's not just a single carrier cord digging into your shoulder. So when I finished up this carrier, I did some shake testing, and I did notice it was very slightly coming loose, not a whole lot, but just a bit. Now I don't think this is a problem because when you're carrying it on your shoulder, there isn't much jostling. However, I think when I was making this on camera, I didn't exactly, white knuckle the Cobra knots as I told you to. So if you do find that the Cobra knot adjusters aren't tight enough, you can always dip the Cobra knot sections into freshly boiled water just to tighten them up a little bit. And then you'll have a matte carrier that's good to go. Oh, and as you can see, this carrier also works just as well for my blanket.